Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're looking for Waldo, you have found them. Thank you so much for clicking on this video today. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day wherever you are. If you guys are new here, welcome. I am trying to figure out the light situation. I actually have tried to film this video already and without my glasses, and I was straining so hard I couldn't see where I was going. So we're just going for it, folks. We're just going for it day by day. We're getting a little bit better and better, and sometimes we take like 4 steps back. Eventually, I will get contacts. All right, but thank you so much for being part of this family. I really, really appreciate it. Every single one of you who have commented, liked, subscribed, asked me questions, give me support over on Facebook or on Instagram. I really appreciate it. My goal is still to get to 100 subs by the end of 2020. But if that doesn't happen, it's okay, because for some amazing reason, you guys want to spend a little bit of time with me and make this video part of your day. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. My like goal for this video is going to be 5 likes. So I hope you guys can do that. And we will continue to explore and do new things with this channel, including this particular topic. Now, I run a channel that is mostly readings. I've had some fun pop culture things on there. I do celebrity readings. I do predictions and things like that. I'll do tarot cards. But I don't know if anybody has ever wondered about the journey of how I got here. And if you haven't, this is going to be kind of self therapy for me. And maybe this can help somebody out there. This is going to be a series, I believe, called Me and Religion, a journey down the rabbit hole. I know religion is a difficult topic for most people to discuss. For me, it shouldn't be. It should be something that you openly talk about, and there are going to be points of disagreement. That's fine. How are you ever going to learn unless you challenge your belief system? And a belief is something that people have died over and killed over. It's it's good to have a nice idea about things. I don't know if I go so far to say belief. Everything forward. This is disclaimer here. Everything forward is my experience and my opinion on my experience. I am not dragging any religion or any person or anything like that. This is my personal experience, and while some of it is very negative when it comes to religion, I feel like there are more people out there who are questioning and asking, why is it the way that it is, and I don't fit into it at all. I made a prediction on my last 2021 prediction video about how Christianity is going to fight within themselves. They already have been, but this year is going to be something like we've never seen before. And there are people so extreme that you would consider them cult-like people, while other people are just your normal everyday Christians. And again, I'm not trying to bash anybody. Um, while I have some negativity towards certain things, it's my personal experience. So don't take what I say as the gospel. Do your own research. Now, I have spent a life growing up in the church until I was about 14 years old, and then I left. Um, I am not a theology major. I have read the Bible cover to cover several times, but I am not an expert by any means, and I don't want to ever come off like I am an authority. I am talking about my own experiences, and I can't quote scripture. I can't I'm not an authority person on that. And if you're looking for that, then I would recommend going to some of the other channels that have people like Holy Kool-Aid. He is an atheist, but he was a theology student, and he had and I have nothing against atheists at all. I think atheists are great. um, he has a channel where he has the educational background that he can explain and debunk and all of that sort of stuff. So if you're looking for something like that, great. Go give Holy Kool-Aid a little bit of a love, because he's just like me. You're doing things out of love and passion and trying to do something good for the world, even if it makes you uncomfortable, like this conversation. So, all of that out of the way, let's start with the chapter of Little Lisa. Picture it: Iowa, small town. Had 69 people in my class, 68, 67 have survived. Um, so I grew up in a very small town. Everybody knew each other, and everybody went to church on Sunday. It was just a thing. And I grew up in the First United Methodist Church that happened to be right up the street from my house. My grandparents also went there, so about half my immediate family went to that church. The rest of them went to different churches in the town, but everybody went to church. It was expected. It didn't matter if you were sick. It didn't matter if were depressed and having a bad day. It didn't matter if you had cramps. You had to go. So yeah, we would trek up the hill every Sunday and go to Sunday school, and then go to the service, and then sometimes there would be something afterwards, like a potluck, a picnic, or something like that. Not all the time, but girl, I love me some church potlucks. I am not this fat because I like food, and these church people taught me that some of the best food is church people food that has so many bad things in it for you. There are definitely fond moments that I look back, and I remember being in that church, and at one point it was like a second home to me because I was there a lot. I actually went to preschool and kindergarten, in a no, just preschool in a church-based program. We had after-school programs. We had uh, vacation Bible school. We had different like youth groups, things like that. I was always there. I didn't like it. I didn't like it to an extent. Yes, there were some really good times, really good people, and other times I felt like the biggest outsider because I didn't understand how everybody else understood that this is how it is, and that's it, and we don't question. A lot of this definitely led me to become pagan and the person that I am today. And um, because my grandmother was a closet witch and my mother was very psychic, we had to closet and withhold that part of ourselves. So I didn't have a chance for that to really grow and flourish until later in my life. But I had a lot of contradictions growing up, and it was very difficult. But it wasn't just that, it was how other religions judged each other, and that really bothered me. But let's start with just Sunday school. Now, I had wonderful Sunday school teachers, and God, I feel bad for them because I I was taught to be respectful, which I was, but I was also taught that if I didn't know something, ask questions. If I didn't understand, ask questions. I asked questions, a lot of questions, and I would get sent to go sit in the hall sometimes because I asked too many questions. So, I probably was very disruptive of the class, and I'm sorry. Totally own that now. As a kid, I just didn't understand because I was asking questions because I didn't understand. I can't tell you how many times I got sent to the hall, which my dad taught Sunday school. So I would be in the hall where the adult group was just waiting. And he'd open the door and he'd be like, oh, what now? So, yeah. Anywho, I remember actually three very particular things in first grade, which is amazing because my memory is shot. I don't remember 90% of my childhood, but I do remember these three instances in my first grade Bible school. One, I didn't, well, just give you an outline. I didn't really have any friends. I had peers there. Um, they went to school with me. There was some other community kids that I didn't know very well who were in that first grade because you don't know, it was all by age and it was different. You would have some people there much younger than first grade, because of whatever their age cutoff was for the school, the class, like first grades. Could you have some kindergartners in there? But the first thing that stuck out in my mind was, my Sunday school teacher was telling us a story about turning the other cheek. And she gave us an example of a real life situation that happened to her. She had a young man very angry at her, and he slapped her. And she remembered what the Bible said, and she turned her other cheek and said, "Would you like to slap me again?" And he did. And then she asked, "Do you feel any better?" And he said, "No." I never understood why someone would allow themselves to get hit once, let alone willingly have it done again. And that really bothered me because I felt like my teacher had been taken advantage of. I felt like she had been, hit. I mean, I know she had been, but I feel like it was an act of violence that she was, taken advantage of. And I don't know who this man was to her in her life. I don't know if he was a student for her that she had before, or if it was a boyfriend, if it was whatever. But it really bothered me very badly. And just my own instincts. Yeah. Because she'd ask, what would we do in that situation? I'd like, run. As a kid, I would have ran away. As an adult, I probably would have hit back. I mean, just depending on the situation. But yeah, I would have ran away. And she said I was missing the point and I shouldn't have run away. I should have stood my ground and turned the other cheek to get hit again. I didn't want that. I didn't want to be hit. I didn't want to be in that situation where I allowed someone to hit me the second time where I was willing to let it happen. And it really bothered me. And that's really when I started to lose faith that quickly, because I didn't think God would be the type of person or being or entity or whatever you call it that would be okay with violence, even though there was a lot of violence in the Bible. And then I was just like, I guess it doesn't make any sense to me. And I would always talk to my parents and family about this later, and they were trying to tell me it was more metaphorically, but I had a literal example that I believed. I don't know if she was telling the truth or she was trying to make a point, but they were trying to say something like, someone's being rude to you, just turn away. I didn't get that message. I got the literal message of hit, and it's okay. Another thing that really stuck out to me, again, this is first grade, was my teacher really loved genealogy, which is great. That actually got me very interested in genealogy. And she showed her own chart her family tree as an example, which was really cool because she could show how she was related to Abraham Lincoln. Really, really cool. And I love that stuff. I still do that stuff to this day. I love genealogy. I love your family trees. It's so interesting. And she was asked to do one of Jesus. And it was so difficult for me to understand how God and Mary got together, even though I didn't understand the semantics at that point. I was like, how did that happen? And nobody could answer me. They were just like, it's faith, it's faith. And I'm like, it's weird. Like, what? Like, Joseph was Jesus' stepfather, not his father. And, that was a hard concept to understand, but not really, because I knew people who were divorced, and I understood the concept of, stepbrothers and stepsisters and stepparents and things like that. But this was so much different that, basically anybody could have been Jesus's father, and boy, that didn't go over well. I just, she tried, God bless her. She tried, and it didn't go over very well for me. I still didn't understand that, but I appreciate the lesson in genealogy and my continued love and passion for that even to this day. The last thing that I will talk about for this video, because I see it's getting a little long, will be about Mary Magdalene. Now, we had our own little kid Bibles. And what I mean by kid Bibles is it was child friendly. It was more of a kid language. And being extremely dyslexic, I had to have people read to me. They also didn't diagnose my dyslexia in this small town until I was a senior in high school, second semester. Just to show you how well this worked. But I was very dyslexic, so I had to have people read to me, and they kept saying that Mary Magdalene was a whore. And I'm like, where in here does it say that? And nobody could point it out to me. And they read different passages, and I asked them to read them over and over again, explaining Mary, and said that she had demons in her. So that meant that she was a whore. And I'm like, if she has demons in her, how does that make her a whore? Does that help the lady? Don't call her names. And that started a lifelong wonder about Mary Magdalene. And I've never, to this day, seen anything in any context, and this is just what I've seen, that says Mary Magdalene was a whore. That really bothered me. The way that women were treated in the Bible, even at a very young age, made a huge impact on my life. I, at first grade, was watching a woman telling me it was okay to get hit in the face willingly, and in a church setting, and a woman who was important to the story of Jesus and the disciples and the Bible and everything else was accused of being a whore, but there was no evidence backing it up. When I learned about the woman who asked John the Baptist, or for John the Baptist's head, I was just like, geez, this is bad. I was ultra feminist even as a little kid. I didn't understand what the real word for woman was. I mean, like, this is real life stuff. When my mom was writing out the words she, he, woman, woman, I was like, why are we part of man? Why are we not individual? You have one man, woman, female. I mean, and this is true. If my mom were alive today, she would totally back that up. But yeah, I was learning the words, and I was so upset because I didn't know what the real word is for ladies, because we had to have men attached to us. We weren't anything separate or different or special. We were the second thought of man. It didn't make any sense to me. So we're going to stop there because this is getting long. And I want to see what you guys think. Do you want to see a continued video of this? I might do more. I probably will because this is just the first one. I hope you guys like it. Leave your comments down below. Don't forget to like. I am at my I want 5 likes for this video, please. And I, again, appreciate every single person who has taken time out of their day to be part of this and watch my videos. It means more to me than I can ever tell you. So I hope that some of you will want to go down the rabbit hole and discuss this process of becoming almost completely atheist at this point. And I'm still pagan, but it changes every day. Doubting Thomas was my favorite character in the Bible. So there you go. I want to see what your journeys are too. So we're going to keep going, and hopefully you'll see more about why it messed me up so much and why there was good parts that helped me so much. So I hope everybody has a good day wherever they are. Remember, every single day is a gift. Use your time wisely. And I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.